welcome to Mark Isaac Potter Presents. We're visiting today with one of the greatest people that has ever lived, whom I'm going to call my friend. I don't have any evidence that we're really friends, but at least we're acquaintances anyway. Her name is Danielle Acosta, and so when she becomes president, we'll call her President Acosta. And we're going to talk about real estate. And we've only got I think she wants me to do a 45-second show, so it's not going to be very. At least I'm making you laugh anyway. All right, we've got a set of questions here. You cannot minimize. Okay. Zoom is telling me I'm not allowed to minimize. All right. That's okay. I'll figure it out. Of course, I lost the questions again. I lose them every 5 minutes here. Let's see. Where did I put them? Nope, that's not it either. Son of a gun. My daddy was a pistol. I'm a son of a gun. Here
Well,
they
you
are.
have to start this one over.
No, well, no, I'm not. We're having fun. They love you already. Just good. Folks, just call her and invest in Cleveland. That's the bottom line. We're going to pretend that we're asking questions, but the bottom line is she's the best investment specialist in the whole country, let alone Cleveland. All right, here we go with some questions. Cleveland, Ohio home prices and rents seem to be low and cheap. How do you know that my investment will hold value?
So, I get this question a lot, Mark. I think
All
that
right.
a lot of times people see, the prices in Cleveland and they're like, oh, I can get a house for 50,000 bucks. And, and it's like, yes, you actually can. This is true.
Yeah.
However, we have to be very strategic and cautious with our investment. We want to invest in the areas that, are appreciating and that are up and coming, and they have great rental values. And so, when you do your research and when you have a great realtor like myself who pulls the comparables and looks at the values and compares and looks at kind of the year over year over the past 3 years, and we can establish value and we can have a great idea of how your investment is going to hold. And so it's
Okay.
really about the data.
Okay. So translate that into English. What are you saying? How do I know my investment's going to hold value?
Well, you can see the history over the past 3 years. You can see what people have paid. You can see what people have bought for and sold for. You can see
Okay.
what tenants are paying for rent, how quickly the homes, are bought and sold, how quickly they rented once you put them up on the market. And so you can see, that value. You can see what those numbers look like, and you can
Okay.
calculate your ROI and your cap rate, and you can know like, okay, this is a good buy and this will hold.
Now, is your experience that the investments properties in Cleveland will hold their value and will return a reasonable
Yes,
percent?
absolutely. Our cap rates here in Cleveland are strong because our rents are not that much lower than your larger cities, but our price points are. So, you will have a 2 bedroom apartment that is, renting for, at almost a 1% of price, sometimes even higher. And
Okay.
so, you'll have in your cost of living is lower. Your utilities, aren't going to be as high because the tenants now are covering electricity and gas. And then a lot of landlords are billing back the water and sewer as well. And so
Okay.
you have just higher cap rates. I mean, you could look anywhere from 9 to 11% cap rates here in Cleveland.
That's what I was at. That's what I was trying to get to. What it really will be. All right. So how does a domestic or international investor qualify for funding to buy investments in Cleveland? How do you qualify?
So in Cleveland and in the United States, I will say, If you are a foreign national, if you are not a resident or a citizen of the United States, you
Right.
do have to have an LLC. You do have to have a company, an LLC, or a corporation that you can be able to use to purchase property you may not buy in your own personal name. And so now I am a licensed loan officer. And so now we have the ability to be able to broker, or I'm with Texana Bank. But if at Texana Bank we don't have the product that an investor would need to purchase a rental, we can also broker. And so we have partnerships with lots of other different banks and financial institutions to find the right product for what they need. Typically, investors will need to put anywhere from 20 to 30% down
Okay.
payment. So it is not the same as buying a home that you live in. So please do not call me and say, I want to put 3% down and buy a rental house.
Yeah.
No, you have to have
Uh,
20 to 30%. And if you
okay.
are not in this country, you need an LLC.
All right. All right. Now I would ask more, but we're running out of time already. So what does your team look like? How do you help investors succeed?
Well, I have an amazing team. I have an agent that is with my brokerage with HomeSmart, and we help each other. And so we'll help each other with showings or attending walkthroughs or attending inspections. And we also have a property manager partner who is amazing, Mr. Chris Barone of Maxis, and he is wonderful with working with distant investors. And we also have, I am a loan officer myself, and we also have amazing title partners. And so we make the process as seamless as possible.
So it seems like you have a comprehensive team,
Absolutely.
extensive and comprehensive.
Absolutely.
All right. So how do you help? We talked about this a little bit, but how do you help distant investors and buyers see and evaluate the property if they're, in Dubai or some other place?
So, of course, we do video tours. That is our main source of, being able to help the buyers see the homes. They see them online, of course. Obviously, the listings. We send them the listings online and the auditor reports and the MLS sheets and all of the numbers and the financials and performa. But
Okay.
also, we go in person ourselves and we actually video tour, and we will upload it and we send them the link so that they can watch it back later.
Okay.
We also, will allow them to walk through with us if they want to come through with the inspector as well.
All right. I really think people, and I have a thing for Dubai because I have friends that live there. I really think people in Dubai are going to be some of your people that call, and I hope so anyway. So our last question, and by the way, before I ask this last question, how do you like people to contact you? Do you prefer email? Do you prefer texting? What's your preferred methodology for contact?
I mean, typically it's fastest to get in touch with me via email.
Okay.
Text is also fine. I also I may be the last realtor on earth that actually does listen to voicemail. So if you
Oh
call me
God.
and I don't pick
Yeah.
up because I'm with a client, I will listen to your voicemail.
All right. So, but you're gonna have that on the screen later, right? You're gonna have the email address up there.
Yes.
All right. So our last question, folks, and then we're gonna sign off. How do investment buyers avoid getting scammed or trapped bad properties? How do you avoid that?
So, step one is an amazing, experienced native, preferably realtor, who knows the point of sale and city codes back and forth. It is very important to always have an inspection, and definitely, review that together. But you definitely need, someone to, come through and lay eyes who can see the red flags, as well as your inspector obviously is going to be vital, as well as your property management partner.
And I'm assuming you thoroughly do that with your people. Is that right? I would
Of
think.
course,
Of course, of
of
course.
course.
Okay. All right, folks. That is our show. Ms. Acosta wanted me to do a short show, and that's I'm obeying what she says. She's the boss. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Mark Potter Presents with investment specialist Danielle Acosta. We love you guys, and we're gonna be coming back to you with other shows in the future. I'm gonna mention just in passing that Danielle and her husband have a wonderful nonprofit, and it's going to be on a different YouTube channel. But if you let me know, I can get you guys the link. God bless. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye.